I want you to look at your phone. Seriously, look at it. Right now. That little device is the reason the United States and China are about to enter the most dangerous economic war in human history. We aren't talking about missiles. We aren't talking about tanks. We are talking about something way scarier. We are talking about the fact that the United States just realized it lost its own backyard. While America was busy looking at the Middle East and Eastern Europe, China quietly pulled off the biggest real estate heist of the century. They didn't invade Latin America. They bought it. And now, Washington has a new plan to take it back. A plan so aggressive, it makes the Cold War look like a friendly game of Monopoly. They call it the Donroe Doctrine. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you why this single policy might double the price of your car, destroy the global supply chain, and maybe, just maybe, start World War III in Antarctica. Yeah, you heard me? Antarctica. But first, we have to answer the question that is terrifying the White House. How did America let an entire continent disappear right under its nose? If an alien flew down to Earth right now and looked at South America, they wouldn't think it belongs to the West. They'd probably think it's a province of Shanghai. And frankly, that alien would be smarter than most politicians. Here is the math. In the year 2000, trade between China and Latin America was basically a rounding error, about $12 billion. Today, it is $518 billion. That is a 40-fold increase. China is now the boss. They are the top trading partner for Brazil, Chile, Peru, Argentina. But trade numbers are boring. Let me show you what this actually looks like. This is the port of Chancay in Peru. It's a $3.5 billion monster. It's not just a dock, it's a mega port. And guess who owns it? A Chinese state company. Before this port existed, ships had to take a long, slow route. Now, China has a direct speed lane from Shanghai to South America that completely skips the United States. They cut the travel time by 10 days. They cut the cost by 20%. It's basically an economic teleporter. And it gets crazier. If you live in Brazil's biggest cities, Rio or São Paulo, and you turn on your light switch, there is a very high chance that electricity is brought to you by China. China's State Grid Corporation has bought the actual power lines. They are building a 2,000-kilometer ultra-voltage superhighway for electricity. They don't just own the products on the shelves, they own the energy that keeps the store open. Think about the leverage that gives them. If you control the lights, you control the country. But why is China spending billions on power lines in the jungle? Is it out of the goodness of their hearts? No. They are doing it because they need something South America has, something that Elon Musk, Ford, and Apple are desperate for. White gold, lithium. And this is where the story turns from business to war. Because whoever controls these rocks controls the next 100 years of the global economy. So what happens when America wakes up and realizes its battery is empty? For 200 years, America had a rule called the Donroe Doctrine. It basically said, the Western Hemisphere is our turf, stay out. But recently, that rule was gutted, not by soldiers, but by checkbooks. So the U.S. government, specifically the new administration strategies emerging for 2026, decided to rip up the old rule book and write a new one. They call it the Donroe Doctrine. And it is brutal. This isn't just a tweak. This is a total reboot. The new strategy says that Latin America is now priority number one. More important than Europe, more important than Asia. Why? Because America considers Chinese influence in its backyard an existential threat. Here is how the Donroe Doctrine works. It's simple and it's scary. It tells every country south of Mexico, pick a side. You can trade with China, or you can trade with the United States. But you can no longer do both. And if you pick the wrong one, it starts with tariffs, 10% on everything, then secondary sanctions, then military force. We saw a preview of this in Venezuela. In this scenario, it wasn't about drugs, it wasn't about democracy. It was a message. When American helicopters touched down, it was a signal to every other leader in the region. The landlord is back, and he is raising the rent. But bullying Venezuela is easy. Venezuela is broke. What happens when you try to bully a country that actually has power? What happens when you tell Mexico, America's biggest trading partner, that they are breaking the rules? Because that is exactly what is happening next. And this is where your wallet starts to hurt. You might think your car was made in America, or maybe Japan. But if you look at the parts, a huge chunk of it came through Mexico. And China knows this. China has been building phantom factories in Mexico. They ship parts there, assemble them, and then stamp "Made in Mexico" on them to avoid U.S. taxes. It's a genius loophole. But the Donroe Doctrine is slamming that loophole shut. America is now demanding that Mexico kick these Chinese companies out. If Mexico refuses, the U.S. has threatened to label the cartels as terrorist organizations. That sounds good on the news, but legally, it gives the U.S. military the right to operate inside Mexico. That is an invasion in everything but name. But the real fight isn't on land. It's on the water, the Panama Canal, the most important shortcut on Earth. For years, a company from Hong Kong operated the ports on both ends. Washington said, "Not anymore." Under massive pressure, Panama is forcing those assets to be sold to an American-led group. Panama has been told to leave China's Belt and Road Initiative or face the consequences. But China isn't stupid. They have a backup plan. If they can't use Panama, they will build their own. Enter Nicaragua. There is a dormant plan to dig a massive 445-kilometer canal through Nicaragua. It would be deeper and wider than Panama. It would cost $80 billion. Only one country has that kind of money. Imagine a world with two canals, one American, one Chinese, two separate global trade networks running parallel, never touching. This is the definition of a bifurcated world. But canals take years to build. There is a conflict brewing right now in a place so cold, so remote, that nobody thought it would be a battlefield. Remember when I said this could end up in Antarctica? I wasn't joking. Why would anyone fight over a block of ice? Because it's not just ice, it's strategic real estate. Argentina owns the southernmost port in the world, Ushuaia. It is the gateway to Antarctica. China has been trying to build a base there. The Donroe Doctrine says, absolutely not. America's new strategy explicitly extends the defensive zone all the way to the South Pole. They have pressured Argentina's government to pivot hard to the U.S., and so far it's working. Argentina is aligning with Washington, but look at Bolivia. Bolivia has the lithium. They had deals with China. Now, under this new pressure, those contracts are being ripped up. Washington is offering loans, tech, and protection in exchange for kicking China out. It's a global game of risk. America takes Argentina. China takes Nicaragua. America pressures Mexico. China courts Brazil. But here is the problem with treating countries like chess pieces. Sometimes, the board flips over. China can't just pack up and leave. They need that soy from Brazil. They need that copper from Chile. Their economy dies without it. So if America strangles their access, China won't surrender. They will escalate. Analysts believe that if the U.S. blockades China in Latin America, China will use that as an excuse to blockade Taiwan. You mess with our backyard, we mess with yours. And suddenly, a trade dispute over avocados and batteries turns into a global standoff. So, where does this leave the people actually living there? And what is the one flaw in America's plan that could ruin everything? Here is the uncomfortable truth. For the last 20 years, Latin America tried to play both sides. They took American movies and Chinese money. It was a great deal, but the Donroe Doctrine says the party is over. Neutrality is dead. America is betting that it can force these countries to come back home. But there is a catch. America offers rules, ideology, treaties. China offers concrete, ports, bridges, cash. You can't eat ideology, but you can drive on a bridge. If this American pressure campaign fails, if Brazil or Mexico decides that China's cash is worth more than America's threats, then the Donroe Doctrine won't be remembered as a victory. It will be remembered as the moment the United States officially lost the Western Hemisphere forever. We are heading into a world where you live determines what internet you use, what car you drive, and what currency you spend. The global economy isn't global anymore. It's broken in half, and the cracks are starting right here, in our own backyard. This economic war is going to change the value of every dollar in your pocket. If you want to know how to protect your money when the supply chains snap, I found a strategy that the ultra-wealthy are using right now. Click this video here to see the safe haven assets that survive a trade war. You can't afford to miss it.